Welcome back, YouTube. Today we are playing Vault Hunters on the Leftovers server. And we have updated to 3.21.7. So there have been some changes to the abilities. So let us get into those changes. The first change that I want to call out is the Rampage changes. So, one, it only is affected by direct melee hits. Valid direct hits may come from fully charged, non critical melee attacks made by you. Very good clarification there. The damage is significantly decreased. And the mana is also drastically decreased. So we won't be able to fully maximize the amount of damage being done. But there is a replacement to that kind of has the same effect as the Rampage before. However, it will ramp up on the mana usage, so you cannot use it fully like we were doing. So pretty big nerf there. Bloodlust is a new specialization, and it kind of gives you a little extra speed. And instinct gives you a little extra lucky hit. So those are kind of the Rampage changes. There are some changes to Chaos Cube, which with Sticky Cube specialization there. Earthquake has changed. If you want to take a look at those changes, I know Zinji has made some videos on that, so go check that out. And this is also the big change, the talent tree. So what we're currently spec'd into is a bunch of the same stuff that we used to do. But how this tree works is that you need a certain amount of points in core to head down into the next tier. So you got core, then advanced, specialization, greater, and finale. And in order to go into here, you need 5 skill points in this tree. So then this you need 15, this you need 25, and then so on and so forth. And we've decided to go into might all the way down to sword specialization. Although, if I regret this, I don't even need that. While holding a sword, your sweeping hit deal more damage and hit in a larger area. Okay, that's not too bad, but we might want to think about revamping some of that because I expected. Do you need all points? So you need at least 1 point in this in order to move down to might. Okay, so that is very interesting. So greater might essentially adds more damage. So basically, I think we used to be able to put 4 points into this right away. Now it's just spread out, kind of balances things out a little more. So we have Ethereal now got a big buff. Ethereal only used to be during used for spears or javelins, I should say, but now it's for any ability has a chance to become Ethereal. So that's pretty nice. That is very nice. But let's continue down. We haven't taken any in this because I just didn't think we needed it. We've taken Clean Escape. after taking damage, gain 10 movement or gain movement speed for 10 seconds. I think this is a pretty good spell just in general. Gives you extra movement speed if you need to get out of there. I do think that this is also a good ability. I just didn't have the skill points at the time to do so, so we might try to spec into this. Haste. Haste is always good. We spec into speed because we like our speed. All these ones that +2 movement speed when killing mobs, I just didn't feel like we needed it in our regular vaults, so we just didn't take that. We talked about Cathedral already. Witchery, gain soul quantity when killing mobs while being above 80% mana. We're pretty consistently above 80% mana because we have pretty good mana cards and mana regeneration, so that should give us a little bit more. And we don't really we like soul shards when killing mobs, so yeah, we completely spec'd into that. Stone skin, we spec'd into this a little bit. Now this is an interesting ability or talent because each level costs more points. So for level 1 it costs 1, for level 2 it costs 2, for level 3 it costs 3 points, and for level 4 it costs 4 points. Most of the other skills, it's not like that. It's flat. This is the only one from what I've seen that has like that. We've also taken Frostbite, so that's where we get the Glacial Imprisoned. That is pretty good. Now, big buffs here. Big buffs to Lucky Hit, because Lucky Hit can also cleave. There's only one level to this, and it costs 3. Not a big deal. So it cleaves all around you, and you get 75%. And what is really nice is you can have cleave and Fatal Strike. So Fatal Strike gives you 200%, but we are in the extra one, so that gives us an extra 400% strike when we are on this, or when we are, and this stacks. So it can do this and cleave at the same time. You can also do Mana Steal as well, and that has a greater, and you can do Life Leech. So all these can be active at the same time. I feel like our mana regen is pretty good, so we don't really need to utilize the Lucky Hit there. And we have the Life Leech for, we don't really need too much health, I don't think. We might think about looking at 30%. No, because when we start losing health really that bad, then we usually stop fighting the vessel. So that's kind of the rationale, I think, between the talents. Overall, I mean, I think it was a pretty big buff to Lucky Hit and a pretty hard nerf to Rampage, which was needed, but I still think it is viable. We've been stealing some magnets, and we have had some pretty good luck. So we had our buddy Ozone, who is in the Greed Trials, all the way up to this Cryonic Focus, who can freeze a legendary. We've had him freeze some legendaries on some of our magnets so that we get that benefit. And also we sealed it, so we've gotten trigger. Thorns can trigger Lucky Hit, which is what we have on our Rose Thorn Ivy, which is very nice. This we don't really use. Area effect of Storm Arrow, that could help some other people. Frost Nova also applies level 5 vulnerability. Now we're going to try that out because we have proccing Lucky Hit will cast a level 3 Frost Nova. So this should happen a lot. And our current magnet has +3 level to offensive abilities, which I mean we have some, but it's Frost Nova and Javelin, which in the vessel fight we don't use too often. We're mainly auto attacking on that. So we're going to try that out. We have +4 to all utility abilities, but we don't really spec into that. That's like Vein Miner, which for the fight we don't do. It would help heal out quite a bit, and Dash. But we're not going to use that. And we've got another Thorns can now trigger Lucky Hits. Entropic Bind also applies to poison. We've got chance to loot chests, chance to regain mana with chests. Those just aren't the ones that we want to utilize for the fight. So we're going to swap magnets there, and we are going to utilize... That actually doesn't even have a legendary because it was removed. So I think we've got the gear that we want. We want to go with this helmet. It's got the +3 or plus 41% increased attack damage. We've got the increased attack damage here. We've got increased attack damage here, but I'm going to test out these leggings to see if we want essentially more increased attack damage or more increased levels of Rampage. We're going to see what actually does more in a minute here. So we have these Lucky Nova boots, still got the flippers, so let's test out the Rampage pants. All right, we have the attack damage. Okay, so we've got the vulnerability thing on here. So we get almost a little over 500,000 with the Lucky Hit, and we got about 36,000 with our damage here. With our Rampage pants, okay, with vulnerability, we are at wow. That's actually substantial more than I thought it was going to be. We are at 700,000 with a Lucky Hit and almost 57,000 with regular hits. So that's big substantial increase. So we are going to still go with our Rampage gear. We are going to take Stone of Jordan. We are going to take this Idona Charm. We've got 0.9 increased attack damage. We've got Stone damage. We do not need mana regeneration because of the fact that Rampage does not take up as much mana regen. So we're going to go Giant's Heart, give us a little extra absorption hearts. And we're going to run +2 to Rampage. And we are going to go with our Frost Nova, also applies level 5 vulnerability, and our trustworthy Rose Thorn Ivy. Before we jump into the vessel here, we want to go over what we found in the shop this time because we got pretty lucky. We have a greater fortune core of 43%. We have another greater core for the harvest, 43% resource card requirements. So we should be able to make a new resource deck. And I've got some plans for that, and it's not going to be an anvil deck. I do not think the +1 crate tier is worth it in a resource deck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to most likely choose a deck that has 2 socket count, but has the max number of slots, which I believe is 30. Where are you? Valara. Yeah, it has 30. And there's a couple other decks I think that have 30. Is it Cake? No. Oh, we still need this one. Oh, we had 23. Okay. All right. Well, how much does that have? The runic. Oh, it's only 22. We don't really care. But there are some of these that have 30, and that's the decks that we want to choose for that. But that's not really what we're here for. We want to see what we also got in our greed station. And we got a greed card. Yes, we did. No, we got 4 greed cards. This is the first one that we got. We got a yellow on yellow, which is huge. And we've got a blue card below. We've got a blue card above. And we've got a green card to the left. So we, as you can see, we have 1 mana regen card in here instead of 4, which we had before, and we get more mana regen. So I count this as essentially 2 mana regen cards, right? Because this takes up a slot and it's amplifying that. So we have more mana regen with less cards. Nice. And we're gonna buff our armor here up quite a bit. And we have these two, which is blue cards below and blue cards above, and we're going to do that with attack damage. Let's go. Our deck is looking pretty solid right about now. And let's get going. As you saw, we had some increased attack damage in our decks now because I did a little testing, and with that bonus on the attack damage, it's now beneficial to start putting increased attack damage into the deck instead of just pure attack damage. And it was just that 1 card, but yeah, it definitely helps out. What else did I want to show before we get into the vessel fight? I don't think so. So, oh, opportunistic. We'll take those. Let's go. And let's just double check everything here. We have a lot of crit resist, which is pretty nice. Got a lot of movement speed. And yeah, we have actually gone back and put empowered in here because I think at the end of the fight, I think it's worthwhile to have the speed so that we can run around a little bit. And we didn't really have anywhere else to go. I didn't want to go into abilities. I could honestly get rid of the javelin too at some point. As you can see, we reduced it by 1, and now it's just to get the extra stone skin. I think that's a little more important, at least to the start of the fight. So that's kind of what I want to do there. As I'm ready to click this button, I realized that this 20%, whoa, it says 20% here and only 10% there. It's actually 20%, I believe. This has not been updated to fix that, but this is vault experience, so that's actually pretty nice there. 10%. All right. Let's go back here, and we want to be into the next tier, which can get us +1 to the greed trade slots. Very nice. Super Catalyst Tier 2 and Greedy Companion Relics. Very nice. Let's hop in. Boom. Let's go. Let's get right into it. Okay. Oh, you know what? We don't actually need cleave in this fight. We could have spec'd out of cleave. That's right. There wasn't really much that I wanted to take anyways. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Rampage isn't quite as good. Yeah. We're shredding still. We are shredding. Oh, the vulnerability is really kicking in. I love it. Yeah, we haven't even been able to proc vulnerability on this guy yet either because we've been one-tapping him even without the vulnerability. Sheesh. Okay. Okay. Love it. I wonder, yeah. I'm not sure why he becomes unvulnerable now in the beginning. Yeah, see, I can't attack him. Oh, guys. That tickles a little bit. Oh, and I didn't need. I wonder if Lucky Cry. Oh, I didn't need Lucky Battle. I should have done Battle Cry instead of Lucky Cry. I wonder if the vulnerability is working on this guy. Because I don't see the icon above him. We're still on over 100 hearts here. Absorption hearts. And this guy is at almost 500 million HP. So I think we'll be able to finish this guy off too. Yeah, he's not really pounding us too hard. Woo! On to the next phase. This guy should be around 1 billion HP. This guy knocked us down to under 30 absorption hearts. We might be able to finish this guy off. We might. Oh, it's actually a little less HP than I expected. All right, we're at 100x. We're still being strong. We're having to heal a lot more, but we're about 2/5 of the way done. We should be able to finish this guy off, I'm pretty sure. That seemed like a new ability. Oh no! Oh man! What a battle! What a battle! Let's go. Fairly decent there. Woo! We've got some coinage to spend. Let us go. Let's go. And what does Greedy Boy have for us? Oh, Greed Shop. Oh, a Greedy Companion Relic. I was wondering what these are going to be. So let's do some shopping. Grab one of those, buy one of those. I don't think greedy meals matter too much anymore because you can enter greed at any point. You can see I'm 181. Yeah, we'll buy that. Now we just need to get some rep for to flip the shops. Let's go. With this greedy companion relic, it's time to update Magda. And to remove this relic, it will cost vault gold. How do you do that? Use a companion home to add modifier to your companion. Okay. So I have to take Magda out, put it in here, use a companion home to, okay, so shift left click to remove a relic. Can I do that? Oh, it gives you it back. So now Magda is for living. Very nice. Very nice. Now let's take a look here. So this is what a greed booster pack is like. I didn't record it before, but let's go ahead. So I look for the colors to match. So I want color green times X3 to green cards. Unfortunately, that's not what we have. These two are kind of reversed. This is color yellow, green cards above. That might work. No, I would prefer it the reverse. But let me check what's in my deck already, because that kind of affects it. I want to see blue cards above, green cards to the left, blue card below. So like we want all this row to be yellow, right? That's going to be the best effect. So because this is yellow, blue cards below works. So what is this? Green card above, blue card below. Blue card below. But that only works for this because it's yellow. It's tough. It's a tough choice. I don't think any of these cards really do anything. Type card yellow and above. This isn't going to work. Color blue. Color green below. Green cards to the right. Yeah, let's just take this for now. Oh, okay, so Greedy Companion Relic. So this is nice, so it gives you 2 living essentially on there. Okay, I was wondering how that works. And then we've got that ornate guy. Beautiful. So let's place this in our deck. Green cards to the right. So what we could do here is essentially this. That would work perfectly. Green card to the right. So we take out one of those, add that in. Adds 100, right? But we want to increase this greed level a little bit more, or card value level. That is going to do it for today's episode. No, wait. we have one other thing to do. Well, two things to do, actually, is we want to take our greed trial here and put it, so 10 mana regeneration increased here, and 10% of food efficiency, because then we can get imbuement chance. I don't, yeah, that we started going that way, but I don't necessarily know if it's the right approach. One skill point. This is also tempting. Greed reputation, because we do need a lot more. That is definitely tempting. I think I'm going to go this route. I might pick up these 3 next time, although then it would kind of make sense to go that route. That's all right. That's what we're going to do. And what do we have here? We have Victor's Edge. I think I want to do that. Oh man, Prismatic Feather to allow you to jump. All these are pretty good. Deal damage and double their loot. That's nice. Prismatic Feather is nice. Allows you the effect of the Gluttony Trinket. So we get 2 trinkets essentially. Oh, we didn't even use our potion, so this is kind of out. Dance of the Prismatic Feather. Let's see what we can craft up here. Knowledge. Was it 600? So craft me up 500 because we already have 100. Oh, look at that, fast. Beautiful. Let's consume all these. I think we're going to go with that first. Are we allowed to make another 600? We are. Nice. So let's craft up these and let's get the triple jump. Let's unlock the Prismatic Feather. Very nice. Next here, oh, 100 capacity. That's nice. Immortal Charms. Ooh, that's nice as well. Stride of the Frog. Ooh, that's good as well. Man, all 3 of these I think we're going to want. So we're going to need a lot of knowledge, a lot of gilded for that. What do we get for the next one? Greed Catalyst. Tier 2. Okay, so we haven't really done those. Oh, so that means the size is 1 or 2 instead of like 3 to 4. Okay. Mega Greed Booster Packs and Greed Trinkets. Okay. I like that. Greed Trinkets. One thing that I wanted to show for last greed level is that our personal vaults have expanded. These take almost an hour. I could probably expand it to an hour to run. And yeah, so now even with more stuff, we're going to be able to get a lot more stuff. Let's go. And we've got 1 extra expertise, so might as well throw it into Lucky Altar to finish that one up. Very nice. Now, that's going to be the end of today's episode. Have a good one. Later.